Ever hear that bulls hate the colour red? Or that pigs are filthy animals who love mud baths because they're just dirty? How about the one where roosters only crow at dawn, like nature's alarm clocks? If these sound familiar, get ready. Today we're debunking the craziest farm animal myths you've believed. We'll reveal why that famous red cape enrages a bull. Hint, it's not what you think. Uncover the surprisingly clean truth about pig pens, and even find out if goats will eat anything, including your shirt. And stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll finally learn the truth about bulls and the colour red. The answer might just blow your mind. No spoilers yet. Before we charge ahead, pun intended, quick favour, smash that like button like a bull charging a moving object. And subscribe for more wild truths. It's way more satisfying than cow tipping, I promise. Myth 1, pigs are dirty and dumb animals. Let's start in the mud. Pigs have a rep for being slovenly mud lovers, dirty as a pig, as the saying goes. I mean, they do roll in mud and sweat like a pig, so they must be gross, right? Wrong. The truth is a total pig twist. Pigs can't even sweat properly. They wallow in mud to cool off like a natural sunscreen and bug-repellent spa treatment because they're unable to sweat to regulate body heat. Their muddy look gives them an undeserved bad reputation. In fact, pigs are some of the cleanest animals around. They won't even relieve themselves near their living or dining area if they have a choice. So far from being poop-covered slobs, they're more like neat freaks with a penchant for mud masks. And about pig intelligence, or the myth of lack thereof. Ever hear someone call a clueless person a pig-headed fool? Well, joke's on us. Pigs are insanely smart. Studies show that pigs are smarter than any other domestic animal, even more trainable than dogs. They can solve puzzles, recognize patterns, and have excellent long-term memories. Some pigs have learned to play video games with their snouts better than some humans play with their thumbs, no kidding. So, next time you see a pig rolling in mud, remember, that's one smart, clean animal enjoying a day at the spa. Doesn't seem so dirty now, huh? Still with me? If you're not too bored, get it, Boar? Hit subscribe. Otherwise, a pig might oink in disappointment. Just saying. Myth 2. Hens need a rooster to lay eggs. You'd think to get eggs, you obviously need a rooster and a hen flirting. Doing the deed, and voila, eggs. Myth alert! Hens are perfectly capable of laying eggs without a rooster in sight. That's right, girl power. A hen's body will produce eggs on its own schedule, rooster or no rooster. The rooster's only role is fertilizing the egg to hatch a chick. If there's no rooster around, the hen's eggs are basically like the unfertilized chicken equivalent of nature's menstrual cycle edible, regular eggs, just never gonna hatch into baby chicks. So, why do so many folks think a rooster is required for eggs? Probably because it seems intuitive that you need a male to get any egg at all. But nope, hens lay eggs the way humans grow hair. It just happens continuously. Okay, maybe not the perfect analogy, but you get it. If you've been keeping breakfast waiting because you thought Miss Hen needed Mr. Rooster's help, crack those eggs with confidence. Roosters are only needed for making chicken babies, not your omelette. In fact, farmers often keep hens without any roosters. It keeps the ladies less stressed, no aggressive rooster drama, and the eggs coming steadily. Myth busted exactly as hoped. Myth 3. Brown cows make chocolate milk? Alright, this one sounds totally ridiculous, yet it's shockingly widespread. Some people, hi kids, and quite a few adults, believe chocolate milk comes from brown cows. For real. If you're laughing, you're correct. It's pure baloney. Chocolate milk is just regular milk with cocoa and sugar, of course. Brown cows produce the same white milk as any other cow. Sorry. No, Hershey's coming straight from Daisy the Brown Jersey. But get this. According to one survey, 7% of American adults think chocolate milk comes from brown cows. 7%, that's like 16 million people. Basically the population of Pennsylvania, all misinformed about where cocoa milk magic happens. Kind of utterly unbelievable, right? Let's put this myth out to pasture. If brown cows made chocolate milk, would strawberry milk come from pink cows? And where do we get root beer floats from? Float cows? No, no, and no. The colour of a cow's coat has zero effect on the flavour or colour of the milk. Brown, black, white, spotted, they all give plain white milk. So if you want chocolate milk, you're going to have to mix it up the old-fashioned way with chocolate syrup or cocoa powder and regular milk. Sorry, but Nesquik isn't hiding in your barn. Myth debunked, and now I'm craving some chocolate milk. Anyone else? Myth 4, goats will eat anything. Tin cans, clothes, you name it. Goats have a bit of a street rep as the garbage disposals of the farm. You see it in cartoons. A goat munching away on a tin can like it's the tastiest snack, or chewing up laundry off the line. The myth says goats will eat literally anything, from trash to your shirt to that homework you swear the goat ate. But is this true, or a load of goat poop? Time to spill the greys. Real goats are actually pretty picky eaters. They're browsers, meaning they nibble here and there, sampling plants like they're at a buffet. If you catch a goat eating a tin can, I guarantee it's not craving metal in its diet. What it's doing is likely licking the can or nibbling the paper label because something on it tastes yummy. Often the glue is sweet. Yup, the old goats eat tin cans. Idea probably came from goats licking the glue off labels for a little treat. They can't actually chew up and swallow a metal can. Their teeth and tummy aren't made of adamantium, last I checked. In fact, experts say goats won't eat just anything. They seek out the most nutritious bits of whatever's around. They're like outdoor chefs, picking the best salad from the weeds. They'll nibble your shirt only if maybe you spilled some food on it, so maybe don't wear your bacon-scented t-shirt to the goat pen. Otherwise, they prefer hay, grasses, leaves and tasty shrubs over inedible junk. They're curious creatures. They love exploring with a little nibble, but they're not living trash compactors. So no, your tin cans are safe from goat teeth. Myth-terminated goats might investigate everything, but they don't actually eat everything. Your homework, however, well, if it's covered in Cheeto dust, all bets are off. Myth 5, roosters only crow at dawn. Cock-a-doodle-doo. We all know the cartoon trope, the rooster crows as the sun peaks over the horizon right on cue. Many people think roosters only belt out their famous crow at sunrise. And if it's not dawn, the rooster stays silent. If you've ever lived near a rooster, you're probably rolling your eyes right now. The reality is, roosters crow whenever they darn well please. Dawn, noon, midnight, you name it. Why the confusion? Roosters do crow at dawn consistently, but not because they see the sun and go, aha, time to wake the humans. It turns out roosters have an internal circadian rhythm that tells them roughly when daybreak is coming. Even in a dark room, a rooster will start crowing about the time dawn should be. Their biological clock is literally cock-a-doodle-dooing on schedule. So yes, they are naturally predisposed to crow at the crack of dawn. However, they also crow to announce their territory or respond to disturbances at any time. Hear a rooster at 3 a.m? Probably a car's headlights, a loud noise, or that rooster asserting dominance like a feathery diva. They even have a pecking order. The top rooster gets to crow first in the morning, establishing his dominance. And the junior roosters wait their turn. Polite, right? It's like a well-organized choir. So the myth that roosters only crow at sunrise is just that, a myth. They crow at various times. They crow mostly at sunrise because of their built-in alarm clock, which is quite fascinating, but they'll also crow all day long to say, "This is my turf," marking their territory. To answer another rooster's call, engaging in a vocal duel, or sometimes for no clear reason other than being loudmouth chickens. They just love to make noise. If you thought moving next to a farm meant one quaint cock-a-doodle-doo at dawn, and then peace and quiet surprise, you might get a whole symphony of crows around the clock. It's a rooster orchestra. Consider yourself warned and debunked. Roosters are relentless. By the way, feel free to comment below. Share your thoughts. Which myth is blowing your mind so far? We want to know. Did you think roosters had a union contract to only work at sunrise? Or that goats had iron stomachs? These myths are quite amusing. Tell me your funniest farm myth belief. Let's share a laugh. I promise I won't sick a rooster on you. Your secrets are safe with me. Myth 6. Cow tipping is easy fun. Ah, the legendary rural pastime, sneaking up on a sleeping cow and pushing it over for laughs, cow tipping. It's in movies, jokes, even video games. People imagine that cows sleep standing up so deeply that you can just shove them and watch them topple like a domino. It sounds kind of silly and a bit mean, poor cows. But is cow tipping actually a thing? Or is it a load of bull? Time for a reality check. A typical dairy cow weighs around 1,500 pounds. That's like trying to tip over a small car that really doesn't want to be tipped. First off, cows don't sleep deeply on their feet. They doze lightly at best when standing. The moment you try to sneak up, chances are the cow's going to hear you. Did I mention cows have pretty keen hearing and smell? They basically have a home security system built in. So the unsuspecting sleeping cow part of the myth is already on shaky ground. They're not unsuspecting, they're waiting for you, buddy. But let's say, for argument's sake, you find a particularly chill cow and you're really quiet. Could you single-handedly tip it? Science says, probably not without a football team helping you. Researchers calculated you'd need about 3,000 newtons of force to tip a cow, roughly the push of 5 to 6 strong people at once, all working together. One person sneaking up might manage maybe a third of that force on a good day, if they're lucky. And remember, as soon as the cow feels a shove, it's going to brace itself or just step aside. Cows have 4 legs planted on the ground and a low centre of gravity. They're basically engineered not to tip over easily, almost like nature's design. If they did, they'd be falling over in high winds, or when other cows lean on them, which they don't. The verdict: cow tipping is nearly impossible in practice, and stories of it are likely tall tales told after a few drinks for bragging rights. In real life, if you try to tip a cow, you'll either utterly fail and possibly get chased by a now annoyed cow, or maybe manage to spook it so it stumbles. But that's not really tipping. And you're still likely to end up face first in the dirt as Bessie bolts. So please don't go cow tipping, the cows will thank you. And your chiropractor will thank you for not attempting to lift 3/4 of a ton on your own. Myth tipped over and done with. Now you know the truth. Myth 7. Sheep are stupid followers. If someone calls you a sheep, it's not a compliment. It implies you blindly follow the herd and aren't very smart. There's a long-held myth that sheep are just dumb, vacant fluff balls that would walk off a cliff en masse. There's even a real story of sheep in Turkey doing exactly that. Not the best PR for sheep intelligence. But let's not jump to conclusions. Are sheep truly stupid, or have we underestimated these woolly critters? Believe it or not, sheep are a lot sharper than we give them credit for. For starters, sheep have excellent memories and social cognition. They can recognize human faces and other sheep even after a long time apart. In scientific tests, sheep were trained to identify faces of people like celebrities. Yes, celebrity sheep fans. The results? They passed with flying colours, showing face recognition abilities on par with monkeys, almost as good as humans at remembering faces. One Cambridge University study literally taught sheep to pick out Emma Watson and Barack Obama from photos, and the sheep got it right most of the time. I struggle to remember a distant cousin's face, but these sheep are acing picture quizzes with ease. Sheep also have complex social structures and can learn from each other, showing remarkable social intelligence. They aren't just mindless followers. They make decisions as a flock, often for good reason, like safety and numbers. Sure, a panicked flock might all run together and they can do silly things under stress, but so can humans, right? We all have our moments. Individual sheep can navigate mazes, be trained with reward systems, and they even self-medicate by eating specific plants when they're sick. Dumb animals don't do that. It's a sign of intelligence. So the next time someone calls you a sheep, you might say, "Thanks, I must have a great memory and social intelligence." The myth of ovine idiocy is sheer nonsense. Sheep are not the brainless cotton balls we thought. They're actually pretty unique and surprisingly savvy. Give them some credit and maybe an extra handful of grain for being awesome. We've saved the biggest, baddest myth for last. You've been waiting for it, that open loop we left dangling like a red cape at the start. It's time to talk about the bull in the room. Myth 8. Bulls hate the colour red. This is the granddaddy of farm myths, the dramatic image we all know: a snorting, angry bull charges at a matador's red cape, fury in its eyes. The message drilled into us by every cartoon and movie ever: bulls hate red. The colour red makes them crazy, enrages them, and that's why matadors use a red flag. But would you believe me if I said bulls don't even see the colour red? Sounds like bull, I know, but it's true. Bulls, like all cattle, are essentially red-green colour-blind. Their eyes just can't distinguish red from other colours. To a bull, that bright red cape looks yellowish-grey, or just another dull hue. So why the heck do they charge it? It's the movement that gets them amped, not the colour. Wave any large flapping object in front of an agitated bull red-blue polka dot, you name it, and you'll get the same reaction. The bull will charge at the annoying thing moving in its face. In fact, Mythbusters famously tested this myth. They put out 3 stationary flags: red, blue, white, and the bull charged all 3 indiscriminately, not caring about colour. Then, a person in red stood still while non-red clad people ran around the bull, went after the moving people and ignored the motionless red figure. Case closed, folks. Bulls couldn't care less about the colour red. So why on earth do matadors use a red cape? Excellent question. And here's the payoff. The red colour is for the audience, not the bull. In traditional bullfighting, the final act uses a small red cape, the muleta, because it hides the bloodstains. The spectacle is less gory for spectators when the blood blends in with the red fabric. Morbid, but true. Plus, it's dramatic and iconic. Red is just a bold colour for show. The bull, meanwhile, would charge a waving bedsheet if you made it annoyed enough. Bottom line, the idea that bulls hate red is a load of, well, bull. They're reacting to movement and perceived threat, not colour. You could wave a rainbow flag and if you stand still, the bull's like meh. But wave anything, even a non-coloured object, and here comes Toro. So, if you attend a bullfight, not that I'm endorsing that, or find yourself near a bull, remember, it's not about red at all. The only red thing that truly annoys bulls is a sloppy ketchup job on their burger. Okay, I made that up. Don't test it. And there we have it, some of the wildest farm animal myths utterly debunked. Now, you know, bulls aren't angered by red, pigs are clean geniuses, goats won't actually eat your tin cans, and more. Kinda makes the farm a more magical and sensible place, doesn't it? Oh, and one more thing. If someone hands you chocolate milk and insists it came straight from old Bessie the brown cow, you know what to do. Give them a little smile, a wink, and drop some knowledge.